Hi, it's Suzanne here from No Walls Yoga and Manchester Quay St. So welcome. Today we are going to be doing a Pilates session. So make sure you have some water. If you don't have a mat, grab a towel or something to lie on. We are going to start standing there. So come to stand, feet hip width and parallel. And just take a moment to settle here. So feel free to close the eyes. Bring your attention down to your foundations, your feet. And for the moment, just notice where the weight is. Maybe have a little shift around forwards and back. Notice whether you have a tendency to have the weight more to one side, maybe forwards, back, just notice. And then raise all of your toes. Okay, so we want to feel that the weight is moving down through the centre of the heels and then across the balls of the feet, big toe joint, middle toe joint, and often we refer to these as foot triangles, okay? So keep the weight moving down through these points. You're just going to place the big toes down. And then swap. So raise your big toes, all the other toes come down. Just play with that a few rounds, and yeah, they are the furthest thing away from our brain, so it might take a little while for them to get the message. But our foundations are hugely important and they affect the whole of our structure, our alignment. So it's worth spending a little bit of time on our feet. Okay. Keep all the toes lifted and have a little scan up the body. Just notice your alignment. So you should feel that the pelvis is directly over your ankles, your shoulders directly over the pelvis. And the crown of the head drawing up. Lightly place all the toes down. Now if you found that the weight just shifted forwards, then just repeat that a couple of times and watch you don't let everything drop forwards as you bring the toes down. Okay, let's just start to warm up through the feet. So you're going to inhale, heel raise. Exhale, lower. Breath in. Breath out. And you go at your own pace. Up and down. So keep that going. And do focus on that stability as you lift and lower. So ankle stability. Sometimes the ankles want to splay out to the sides. So watch that's not happening. Glutes engaged. Okay, couple more rounds. And just take a moment to settle. Soften the knees, so just watch you're not locking out into the knee joints. And bring your attention to your pelvis. I'm just going to start to move through some gentle pelvic tilts. You're going to exhale, draw the navel back. Tuck your tailbone under, so you're tilting forwards. And then the other way. Exhaling, inhaling. So exhalation, inhalation. So keep this going. As we move through these pelvic tilts, we want to engage our pelvic floor. So you want to feel that the area just below the navel is drawing back towards your spine. Okay, a couple more. You should feel that you get a nice release there in the lower back. And you are going to pause in a neutral position. So you're not overly tilting or sticking the bottom out. Okay, and then just continue the journey up the body. Feel you can really lengthen through the spine. Sternum lifted, chest lifted, shoulders down. And we'll start to bring some movement to the neck. So you're just going to exhale, drop the chin towards your chest. And inhale up. Breath in. And breath out. So just gently warming up. Couple more. And then you're just going to let the head drop towards one shoulder. Allow the opposite shoulder to drop away from the ear. Inhale to centre. And exhale the other side. Again, allowing the opposite shoulder to drop away from the ear. Back to centre. And then inhale, draw the shoulders up, back and down. So little shoulder rolls, breath in, breath out. Keep that going. As you draw your shoulders down, you want to feel that they can sort of form a soft V shape down the back ribs. Yeah. Change direction. We are going to move straight into our spinal rolls. So next time you drop the shoulders, just check that your feet are still hip width and parallel. You're going to exhale, drop the head, and you're rolling your way down. Vertebra by vertebra. Allow the head to be really heavy here. And for this first one, we'll just stay hanging down. Maybe have a little sway side to side. And when you're ready, you're going to root down through your feet, through your little foot triangles. Do soften the knees, and you're going to uncurl vertebra by vertebra. Navel drawing back. Core engaged, and you roll all the way up. Your shoulders drop and your head lifts. So exhale. Root down through your feet. All the way up. So keep this going and really focus on mobilizing the whole of the spine. If it's all feeling very tight today, just don't go as low. Just roll your way down. And all the way back up. Okay. I'm going to add to this. So next time you roll down, you're going to walk your hands 1, 2, 3, and find your plank. You can always work on your knees in your plank. Yeah, that's always an option. And then you're going to exhale, stretch back. And you're going to walk your hands 1, 2, 3. Root down through your feet and slowly all the way up. So we're going to go again. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. 1, 2, 3, find your plank. Core engaged. Weight evenly placed down through the palms, and then you walk back. 2, 3. All the way up. Just 3 more. Exhale. Yeah, staying for a breath. All the way back. And if your plank feels quite strong, you could always just come onto all fours Take a breath. And then head back. So you've got one more, all the way down, and walking forwards, stay for a breath, and then all the way back. Take your time. Once you've come up, just take a moment standing. A little scan back through the body. So we want to get the spine moving in all directions. So let's raise the left arm, lift, lift, lift. Exhale. Over to the side, breath in. And breath out. Again, at your own pace. When you raise the arm, watch the shoulder doesn't come up towards the ear. So we want to keep space there. Lift, 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 and lengthen. So go one more each side, and then we're going to bring some rotation in. Okay, so arms out, shoulders down. And if you've not quite got space around you, you could work with your arms bent like this. Okay. And we are going to exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Breath in. Breath out. So keep that going. Focus more on the quality of the movement rather than the range of the movement. So pelvis is going to stay nice and stable, and the rotation is more through the upper part of your spine. Yeah, quite often this happens, yeah, which is fine, not for this exercise. Okay, I'm going to start adding to this, but feel free to stay working here. So we're just going to focus a little more now on that stability. So when you next rotate to the right, you're going to float the right foot. Breath in, breath out. Yeah. So core engaged. If you feel very wobbly, just float the heel, rest on the big toe joint, top of the big toe. Okay, option, we twist, we float the leg, and you extend, bend, lower, rotate, extend the leg, bend, and lower. So you're twisting, focus on that stability, and then you can extend the leg, bend, lower to center, breath out. Extend, bend, and lower. Arms stay active. And one more to the left. And back to center. Exhale, arms down. And just give the shoulders a little roll. Okay, great. Check your alignment, feet hip width. Shoulders are going to stay down. We're going to float the arms as we float the heels. Okay, you can stay as you are. I'm just going to show you from this side. So arms, heels. Exhale. Slow, controlled movement. You come down. Breath in. So our out breath is going to support the effort. All the way up. And you relax. Keep it going. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. So heel raise. Focus on that balance, that stability. Exhale, slow controlled movement. You bend the knees. Make sure your knees track your feet and they stay in line with the hips. You don't want to send them out to the side. So 2 more. Did I already say 2 more? I'm not sure. Okay. Once you've completed this one, you're going to come to stand at the back of your mat, if you have a mat. If not, just pop your towel down so you've got a bit of support for your knees and we roll down. So, breath in, exhale, roll down. And you're going to walk your hands, 1, 2, 3, find that plank position, and we're just going to hold this one. These ribs drawing back, belly button drawing back. Okay, and then come onto your knees, have a little rest back. If you feel it in your wrists at all, just rotate a little. And then come to all fours. So before we move into our swimming, just ease in and out of your cat. Just a couple of rounds. And you're going to find a neutral position for your spine. So you're not collapsing there in the lumbar. Core engaged, crown of the head drawing forwards. So we're going to break our swimming down. We're going to start with just the arms, shoulders back, breath in, breath out. You're extending one up. And you change. So a nice, slow, controlled movement. It's just the arm that moves. So keep that going. If you feel it in your knees at all, just like I mentioned before, pop some padding under your knees. And then rest for a moment. Feel free to just circle the wrists a little. And then we're going to go with the legs. So just find that neutral position. Make sure your core is engaged and you've got some support there for your lower back. And you're going to exhale. You're going to lengthen out the right leg. Yeah. And then place that knee down. So we're not lifting it high. We're, I think, more extending out. And your pelvis stays level. Watch this isn't happening. So when you raise the leg, you want to keep this support here in your center. You're not collapsing. Out breath. And the opposite side. And then we're going to bring them together. Feel free to have a little rest back. So we're going to move into our full swimming. And this exercise can be done lying on the front as well. Okay, come back up. Let's check your alignment. And you're going to breathe out, opposite arm to leg. And down to the other side. Take your time. Really focus on that stability as you extend. One more. And then we're going to hold. Yep. So right arm out, left leg. If you are feeling adventurous today, you might want to play around with lifting the foot that is on the floor off the floor. So with less of the body in contact with the ground, it makes it a little more unstable. So your stabilizing muscles will have to kick in and do a lot more work. So it might get very wobbly. Feel free to put the foot back down. And head off to the other side. Exhale. Again, make sure these ribs are drawing back, you're not just collapsing down. And then once you feel stable, you can have a little play around with lifting that left foot off the floor. And it might get wobbly. And quite often one side feels more stable. Notice if that is the case with you. And then when you've had enough, just have a little rest. Take some nice deep breaths. And feel free to grab some water. Yeah. And then I'm just going to move the feet to one side and bring them in front of you. If you just shift yourself forward so you've got space behind you, and you can bring the feet together, knees together, and we want to make sure for the moment that we are sat on our seat bones. Yeah, quite often, especially when there's tightness in the hamstrings, we end up rounding and we're more in this position. So you might then need to think of tilting the pelvis forwards a little more. And feel you can lift through the spine. We're going to take the arms out. Breathing in, as we breathe out, we're going to come back to that pelvic tilt. Yeah, so little pelvic tilt. And we C-curve the spine. Yeah, so it's no longer straight now. It's like a C-curved spine. And then you're going to roll all the way up. Nice lift, exhale, pelvic tilt. So we're engaging the pelvic floor, rolling back, core engaged. Smoothly up. Great. Keep this going. How far you go back is going to vary for everyone. So you might want to stay with a smaller range of movement and just focus on that strength and stability. Make sure your back stays happy. If it does feel okay, you might want to come a little lower, maybe all the way back. Breath in. Breath out. It can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. We're going to lift, 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 and then exhale. Especially first thing in the morning. Exhale. Feel free to work with straight legs. Breath in. Up, 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 and over. Yeah. Just go for 3 more. Remember, you have the option of staying with that half rolled up. But you can add in that really nice stretch over. It should feel really nice in the back as you uncurl. So you've got one more. Remember, if you want to grab some water at any time, do. Okay, and we're all going to stay up. And we're going to move into our rolling like a ball. So, again, check you've got space behind you. We're going to come back into that C-curved spine so we can rock on it. So, exhale, tilt the pelvis, curl in. Yeah, float your feet. So we're looking to find that balance point. And you're going to exhale, rock back. Breath in, rock up. Yeah, keep it going. Exhale. Inhale. So we're looking for the two balance points. Our feet are off the floor here, and but if you can see, the head is off the floor there. Yeah, keep going. If it feels a bit hard on your back rocking, get some more padding. Okay. All the way up. All the way back. A couple more, and then I'm going to add a variation in for you. So, you can stay with that, or we're going to move into our seal. Okay. I've never seen a seal do this, but that's what it's called. So we find that balance point, and for this, our knees are wide and we're holding our heels. Just show you it from this angle. So whereas before we had the knees together, now the knees are wide and we take hold of the heels. Yeah, make sure you take hold like this. We don't want to hold and internally rotate here. We want to keep the space here in the chest. Okay, and it's 3 taps. And then you exhale. So breath in. Find that balance. Focus on that stability, and we move the legs. Yeah. Exhaling. Inhaling. Take your time. You can always go back to your rolling. Yeah. And then when you've had enough, roll onto your back. And just take a moment to settle there. And then once again, just a couple of pelvic tilts. So tilting one way and the other. So as you breathe out, already draw the belly button back towards your spine. Feel you can engage your pelvic floor, and you're going to stay. Yeah. We're going to float one foot and the other. Arms down by your sides, head central. You're going to start small, yeah, and then we can build on that. You're just going to exhale, toe tap, and inhale up. Exhale, inhale. Feel free to bring the hands onto your belly, or you can have your thumbs resting on your lower ribs and little fingers down towards your hips. And it just gives you a little bit of feedback. Yeah, you can just sense what's going on here in the core a little more. If you don't find that helpful, bring your arms back down. Okay, you can progress to a heel tap. So we're coming to this tabletop position, and then we're just hinging forwards, little heel tap. Yeah. That was my belly, apologies. Option to extend the leg out. So you're lengthening out and back up. Out breath. Let's just go one more each side. Okay. Come back to that tabletop position. Interlock the hands behind your head. We're going to exhale. You're curling up, then roll your way down. If it feels a little bit strong today, you can work with the feet on the floor. And the head is just resting in the hands. It's quite nice to have the thumbs just running down the sides of the neck. It feels like you've got a little bit more support. Okay. We're going to stay up, so go for a couple more. And let's stay up. If the feet are down, float back up to your tabletop. And we're going to curl up that little bit more. Option, so we're going to move into our hundreds. Bring the arms down. Option, extend the legs. And we breathe in for 5. And out for 5. So you breathe in. And out. And nothing else is moving, just the arms. I'll just throw in some variations. Remember, knees bent. And if that's feeling quite strong, yeah, just really listen to your body. Breathing in. One more round. Pause. Bring the hands back to the head. Place one foot down. Place the other foot down. Have a mini rest. Okay. And we're going to exhale, curl up again. Float the feet. This time we're going to curl up a little more. And you're going to rotate towards your right foot. And you can extend the left leg out. So it's called a crisscross. Make sure you're not pulling with the elbow. I think more of the rib cage, twisting round. And then we're going to rest all the way back. And we go on the other side. Exhale. Inhale. And just go at your own pace. You can miss out a little rest. Yeah, and just cross. Side to side. Check there's no tension creeping in around the neck. One more each side. Breath out. Back to center. Roll your way down. Resting the head. Placing the feet flat. Hug your right knee in now. And we're going to move into our leg circles. So you can bring the knee so it's in line with the hip. And again here, if you find it helpful, bring the hands onto your centre, or maybe just rest them on the hips. So we want to keep our pelvis nice and stable as we draw little circles in that right hip. Out. Yeah. Watch your left knee doesn't come out to the side as you circle the right knee. So can we isolate the movement to the hip? If you haven't changed direction, give it a go the other way. Okay. And then give that leg a little stretch. Take a few breaths there. And you can repeat that, or you're going to extend the left leg out, straighten this right leg, and we move into our hip circles with a straight leg. Exhale. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a huge circle. Watch the pelvis isn't rocking all over the place. So this whole area stays nice and stable. 2 more in this direction. And change. And have a little rest. Bending the legs. Let's go on the other side. Start by just drawing the left knee in. And then take it away from you, so knee in line with hip, little circles out. So again, it doesn't have to be a huge movement. Focus more on the quality of the movement. Try going the other way. And then you can give your leg a little stretch. Repeat, or you can lengthen out this right leg. It has to be one or the other. And you're going to make little circles now with the left leg. Really focus. Remember, you can keep this bent if it feels better in your body. Change in direction if you haven't. I forgot which way I was going, but yeah, make sure you change direction. And once you've done 8 on that side, have a little rest. Just a mini rest. I'm going to keep going. Feet, again here, hip width, parallel, arms down by your sides. And you're going to exhale all the way up. And all the way down. Exhale. Okay. Stay with this, or you're going to float the arms back. Glutes engaged. Yeah, make sure your knees stay in line with the hips. So often the feet end up turning out and the knees turn out like that. So if that's happening, just shift them back so they're parallel. And you might even find it helpful if you think about bringing slight internal rotation in here. Yeah, that's if you do find that your knees keep wanting to come out wide. Go for a couple more. And then you're going to come to either rest on your forearms like this, or you can rest on the hands like this. Okay? I'm going to turn this way so you can hopefully see what's happening a little more. So keep that nice lift through the spine, and you're going to float the feet, bent legs or straight legs. And we're going to exhale, take the legs to one side, and then up the other side. Yeah. So over to the side, sweep them just a little off the floor, over to the other side. And make sure your jaw stays relaxed. It's one of the first places we hold tension, so maybe try smiling. And go one more in each direction. Back to centre. Place the feet down and roll your way back. Arms wide. You can float the feet, and we're going to exhale. Knees elevate to one side and back to centre. As much as possible here, keep your knees glued together. If you want to work with straight legs, go for it. All the way up. Go for one more each side. And then you can hug your knees in towards your chest. And give your back a little massage. And then exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock up. All the way back, all the way up. And you're going to roll your way onto all fours. Just easing in and out of your cat once again. And then tuck your toes under, stretch back. Just enjoy that stretch. You're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. 1, 2, 3, and just hang out there. And let's have a little stretch here. So bring the arms behind you. And then drop the arms. Coming up just as you roll down. So you can make vertebra by vertebra. If you feel a little bit dizzy, just drop the head for a moment. And then check your alignment, feet hip width. Right, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. You're going to lift the heels as you take the arms up. Think of growing taller and slowly send your heels down. And then exhale. And let's breathe in. Breathe out. Just take a moment standing. Notice your alignment now. And we are going to finish there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to share using the hashtag Valentine Live, and feel free to follow No Rules Yoga on Instagram. Enjoy the rest of your day.